Hi folks, and welcome back to another Work in Progress Wednesday. This week I've been working on some visual improvements for the magic, as well as adding in some tweaks and helpful things that will enable me to add in cool new magic features later on. So let's take a look at what I've been doing. The first thing I did was add a light onto the magic rod. The way that the release effect works is that it looks like it's giving off a glow from the magic rod, but there's not actually a light attached to it. So what I did was just attach a light and give it an appropriate color, and you can see it reflecting off the walls and off the main character as well. The next thing I did was look at the release of the magic. Before, when you were casting a spell, like the fireball spell, if you tried to cast it again immediately afterwards, nothing would happen. You wouldn't release another fireball after that. And that was because there was only one fireball linked to the magic rod itself. I've now replaced that so that it uses object pooling, where I've got a couple of fireballs tied into the magic rod, and whenever you cast the spell, it'll just find one that isn't currently active and then spawn it so that it is released from the rod and it looks like you're casting spells concurrently. The final thing I looked at was having delays on specific parts of the spell as a whole, which might be broken up into smaller components. So initially I've had this fireball spell with releasing 3 in a row, and they're all individually fireball spells, but they're all delayed by a certain amount. And I can delay that by different lengths. So as you can see with the second stream of fireballs, there's a larger period of time between each one of those being fired from the rod. So if I want to have different spells come off of that, maybe a fireball spell and a couple different elements of that spell, then they can all get released at different times. So it's going to be good for me later on when I create different kinds of spells that have multiple components to them and they can all spawn in different parts. Maybe you've got a spell that is from 6 points surrounding you and they all burst off at different times. Things like that. So that's where things are with the magic at the moment. I'm currently looking over some older bugs that were in the release that I put out not too long ago, and when I've filtered through most of those, I'm going to come back to the magic again and start actually having it cause damage to enemies and maybe have some cool effects come off from that. So look forward to that. What do you think about this week's video? I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. The way it was currently, I then looked at the release of the magic. Before, whenever you tried to cast the fireball spell, if you repeatedly, well, what is wrong with me?